The Dallas Cowboys are deep into a season that has already tested every ounce of patience and resilience from their fans. Sitting at the 10th seed in the conference, they're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoff positioning, but the opportunity is still alive, and in the NFL, nothing is truly over until the final whistle blows. Every remaining game carries the weight of playoff survival, and realistically, the Cowboys need to win nearly all of their upcoming matchups to keep their hopes alive. The margin for error is razor thin, yet the possibility remains tangible. Tonight's game against the Panthers is a perfect example of how complex the path can be. A Carolina victory could, oddly enough, benefit Dallas by nudging other teams down the standings, creating a slightly more favorable scenario for a last wildcard spot. Tiebreakers are not exactly aligned in Dallas's favor, and catching up to teams like Seattle or Green Bay will be a monumental challenge. A collapse by the Eagles would be an almost miraculous scenario, but the NFL has a long history of unlikely events, and the door for the Cowboys is not yet closed. Offensively, one player has emerged as an undeniable force: George Pickkins. The wide receiver has quickly established himself as a go-to target, forming an immediate and electrifying connection with Dak Prescott. The chemistry between quarterback and receiver has been impossible to ignore, reflected in the stats and the impact on the field. With only a handful of games left in the regular season, Pickkins is on track for a career-defining year, excelling in virtually every metric. Against Philadelphia, he caught every single target thrown his way, totaling 146 yards and a touchdown, even outperforming some moments where CeeDee Lamb was expected to shine. The trade that brought Pickkins to Dallas for a third-round pick is already looking like one of the smartest moves the franchise has made in years. Beyond his numbers, Pickkins has shown professionalism and consistency off the field, a complete package that Dallas can rely on now and in the future. It is becoming increasingly clear that the Cowboys will do everything necessary to retain him, whether through a franchise tag or a long-term contract that will likely come with a hefty price tag. The ceiling here is immense, and Pickkins is quickly becoming the cornerstone of Dallas's offensive identity. Yet, the Cowboys' offensive story is not all smooth sailing. CeeDee Lamb has been a source of frustration and concern, struggling with consistency when it matters most. While Pickkins has soared, Lamb has faltered in critical moments, particularly in high-stakes games like the matchup against the Eagles. Drops and missed opportunities have become a recurring issue, raising questions about whether the struggles are mental or simply lapses in focus. Lamb is one of the most talented and well-compensated players on the roster, so expectations are sky-high, and every mistake is magnified. While the Cowboys have managed to avoid losses despite these setbacks, the margin for error is vanishing. Lamb must rediscover the level of performance that once placed him among the league's elite wide receivers. The talent is undeniable, but translating that talent into consistent execution is the challenge he faces in the coming weeks. On the coaching side, Brian Schottenheimer has delivered a mix of results, showing flashes of insight alongside moments of questionable judgment. Some decisions, particularly around timeout usage and final drives and red zone play calling, have raised eyebrows, suggesting a learning curve for the young head coach. At the same time, he deserves credit for keeping the team competitive after tough starts, making adjustments that prevented collapses in the early stages of games. His inexperience is visible, but the capacity to rally the team, make halftime adjustments, and keep Dallas in contention cannot be ignored. There is room for improvement, especially in high-pressure situations, but the foundation for strategic growth is clearly present. Defensively, the Cowboys are beginning to show tangible progress. While the unit is far from perfect, signs of improvement are evident. Against the Eagles, after allowing early scores, the defense recalibrated and dominated the remainder of the game, suffocating the run game and making life extremely difficult for the opposition's offensive line. Players like Quinnen Williams have anchored this defensive resurgence, with others stepping up in complementary roles, reinforcing the idea that Dallas is gradually becoming harder to break down. The improvements may still be incremental, but they are meaningful, and they give the team a fighting chance against the league's elite offenses in the final stretch of the season. Dak Prescott, of course, deserves special recognition for his pivotal role. Even after a rocky start, he guided the team with precision and composure, delivering multiple touchdowns and critical completions in games that could have easily slipped away. His ability to absorb mistakes, maintain poise under pressure, and lead his teammates is exactly what Dallas needs in these high-stakes moments. Despite drops and inconsistencies around him, Prescott has carried the offense, proving he remains the backbone of the Cowboys' playoff ambitions. In games where every possession matters, his leadership is the difference between narrow victories and heartbreaking losses. The offensive line of thought cannot ignore the impact of Pickkins, who has redefined what it means to be a dynamic receiving threat for Dallas. His speed, route running, and ability to make contested catches look routine have transformed the offense, giving Prescott a reliable weapon in every down. The connection between the two feels instinctual, producing explosive plays that can shift the momentum of games against formidable defenses. Beyond the physical skills, Pickens' football intelligence and professionalism stand out, making him not just a contributor, but a game-changer. The Cowboys acquired him for a modest third-round pick, and it is increasingly apparent that this move may go down as one of the franchise's most savvy decisions in recent memory. Any notion of letting him leave in free agency seems almost unthinkable given his integral role in the present and future success of the team. Meanwhile, Lamb's ongoing struggles remain a central concern. His immense talent and experience as a wide receiver capable of dominating defenses are undeniable, yet inconsistency has hampered his impact this season. Drops in critical moments and lapses in focus have threatened the team's performance multiple times, emphasizing that potential alone is insufficient without execution. Maintaining confidence and focus under pressure is vital, and the Cowboys cannot afford to rely on hope alone. Rediscovering Lamb's best form is essential for Dallas to stay in the playoff hunt, as every misstep in the coming weeks could have amplified consequences. The defense continues to improve, albeit cautiously. The team has demonstrated an ability to adapt and clamp down when necessary, with the run defense emerging as a particular strength. Opposing offenses have been forced to reconsider their game plans, often abandoning the ground attack entirely against Dallas. Quinnen Williams, Osa Odigizwa, and other key players have anchored a unit that is gradually becoming more formidable. The defensive line's pressure and the secondary's discipline make it increasingly difficult for opposing quarterbacks to find easy completions. Although progress is noticeable, challenges remain, particularly when facing balanced offenses capable of exploiting small lapses in coverage. Schottenheimer's coaching performance remains a blend of promising adjustments and occasional missteps. Timeout management and conservative red zone calls have been questionable, yet his ability to manage adversity and keep the team competitive is evident. His inexperience is visible, but his potential for growth is equally clear. The season is a learning ground for the coaching staff, and balancing risk and reward will be crucial as every decision could tip the balance in tight games. The Dallas Cowboys are a team defined by contrasts. Moments of brilliance are offset by frustrating lapses. Emerging stars complement seasoned veterans, and every game carries increasing weight as playoff implications become more tangible. Success depends on consistent performance from leaders like Prescott and Pickens, while areas of concern, particularly Lamb's drops and coaching decisions, must be addressed. The tension between optimism and caution creates a narrative that is compelling and dramatic, with every play carrying significance. Fans witness a team striving to align potential with execution, navigating the fine line between disappointment and triumph. Even amidst challenges, an unmistakable energy surrounds the team. The combination of offensive firepower, an improving defense, and a quarterback capable of carrying the team through adversity creates a narrative filled with tension and excitement. Rising stars, experienced leaders, and evolving coaching strategies converge to form a dynamic and unpredictable season. The Cowboys fight not only for victories but also for cohesion, identity, and the ability to perform under pressure, making every game a microcosm of high-stakes football drama. The journey for the Dallas Cowboys this season has been one of high drama and constant recalibration. The offense, led by Dak Prescott, has proven resilient, yet the narrative of this team is just as much about adaptation as it is about execution. Prescott has shown time and again that he can absorb pressure, overcome errors, and deliver in clutch moments. 23 completions on 36 attempts for 354 yards and 3 total touchdowns in a single game might just scratch the surface of his contribution, because numbers alone cannot capture the leadership and composure he brings to the field. Even when facing miscommunications or dropped passes, Prescott maintains a poise that keeps the team focused. His ability to orchestrate comebacks and extend drives under duress is exactly what Dallas needs as the postseason looms. Every decision, every read, every throw is magnified at this stage, and Prescott continues to demonstrate why he is considered a cornerstone of this franchise. George Pickens continues to emerge as a transformative presence on offense. The speed, agility, and route-running precision he exhibits on every snap have made him one of the most exciting receivers in the league. What sets Pickens apart is not just his physical skills, but his intelligence and awareness on the field. He knows where to be before the ball arrives, reads defenses with sophistication, and turns contested catches into game-changing moments. The connection he shares with Prescott is so seamless that it feels almost instinctual, producing explosive plays that shift momentum in critical moments. Beyond the stats, Pickens has shown professionalism, adaptability, and an unshakable focus that elevates the entire offense. Each game reinforces the sense that the Cowboys not only acquired a great player, but a franchise-altering talent whose impact extends far beyond the score sheet. The third-round pick that brought him to Dallas now looks like one of the most shrewd decisions in recent franchise history. CeeDee Lamb, however, remains the wild card. His potential is immense, his physical tools undeniable, yet consistency has been elusive. The mental aspect of football is magnified in the NFL, and Lamb's struggles in critical situations suggest that pressure may be affecting his execution. Drops at pivotal moments and lapses in concentration have cost the Cowboys in tight contests, highlighting the thin line between potential and performance. While Pickens has thrived, Lamb has yet to rediscover the dominant form that once made him one of the league's premier wide receivers. For Dallas, finding a way to stabilize Lamb's contributions is essential. The team cannot afford to carry inconsistencies in such a high-stakes race for the playoffs. Fans, players, and coaches alike are acutely aware that every misstep could have amplified consequences in the weeks ahead, making the resolution of Lamb's challenges a central storyline. The Cowboys' defensive unit has been quietly evolving, demonstrating resilience and adaptability. After early struggles in key games, the defense has increasingly found ways to assert control, particularly against the run. Opposing teams have been forced to rethink strategies, often abandoning ground attacks in response to Dallas's improved front. Quinnen Williams has anchored this resurgence with consistent pressure and smart positioning, while teammates like Osa Odigizua provide critical support, reinforcing the sense of a unit coming together at the right time. The secondary, though still vulnerable to elite passing attacks, has become more disciplined, reducing opportunities for big plays. The defensive improvements may not yet be complete, but the trajectory is positive, giving Dallas a fighting chance to compete against some of the league's most balanced and explosive offenses. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers that have fans and insiders alike on the edge of their seats. T. Higgins, the dynamic wide receiver who had become a cornerstone of the Cincinnati offense, has reportedly called it quits with the Bengals and is set to don the star of the Dallas Cowboys. While official confirmation is still pending, multiple sources close to the situation suggest that the move could reshape both franchises' passing games in profound ways. Higgins' time in Cincinnati was marked by spectacular plays and a steady rise into elite status among receivers. but tensions behind the scenes reportedly reached a tipping point. Speculation is rife that disagreements over offensive schemes and contract negotiations may have accelerated the split, leaving Bengals fans shocked and disappointed. Now, whispers from the Cowboys camp suggest that the team has aggressively pursued Higgins, hoping to add his size, speed, and contested catchability to a receiving core already rich in talent, but still hungry for a true game-changer. Dallas quarterback room is reportedly ecstatic about the potential addition. Insider chatter hints that Higgins' connection with the Cowboys offense could be instant, given his ability to stretch defenses and make contested catches in critical moments. Some analysts speculate that his presence could open up the field for other playmakers, transforming Dallas into an even more formidable threat in the passing game. Meanwhile, the rumor mill is alive with discussion about how the Bengals will adjust their strategy, as losing a receiver of Higgins' caliber leaves a glaring hole in the middle of their playbook. As social media ignites with fan reactions, from disbelief to excitement, the broader NFL community is abuzz with potential what-ifs and fantasy implications. Could this be the move that finally elevates Dallas offense to elite status? Will Higgins thrive under new coaching, or will the pressure of a high-profile star acquisition weigh on him? No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain. The league has just been handed a storyline that will dominate headlines and locker room conversations alike. Fans are watching closely, analysts are taking notes, and every passing rumor only fuels the anticipation. The Higgins to Cowboys chatter isn't just a transfer. It's a narrative in motion, and the fallout is destined to echo throughout the NFL landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.